Larry Feldman is probably the most amazing trainer that I've ever experienced in this business. I've been in the car business now for 35 years, and I've seen quite a few trainers. And a lot of them are pretty good. I mean, really, I get something out of all of them that I've seen, really. But Larry is in another class. I really mean that. His training is literally riveting. A little while back, I sat in on his first training that I ever sat in on. It was for new hires. I still remember, I'll never forget it. About 25 people in the room who'd never sold cars before. And he started to do his training. And after 2 hours, I was in the back of the room and I raised my hand meekly and Larry stopped what he was doing and said, yes. And I said, maybe we should take a break. And literally, I'll never forget it. All 25 people turned around, looked at me and went, well, okay. And they turned back to Larry. And Larry looked at me and goes, okay. And he kept going.
Hello there, and we're live from NADA 2025 in the biggest snowstorm in 130 years. Got here a little bit late, but it's all good. So I've had the pleasure to be at the CDK booth. It's a small booth, a little bit small anyway. And I have Trot Glenn here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with CDK for 2025. So go ahead.
Well, thanks so much for having us. We love NADA is my favorite time of year in this business because we get a chance to see dealers, but they also get to see us in our best environment. I mean, it's like I said it on the show before. You know, when you see a band or a performance, it's been said you go see it at Las Vegas because the performers are rested, they're all set up, levels are perfect, everyone's happy. Same thing here. We have all of our best people showing up, all of our best stuff. This is where it's like our auto show. We bring out all of our concept cars, but all of our great products that people get to see. And it's always exciting. I love it here. And New Orleans, I mean, other than the 130-year generational snowstorm that delayed us all, very excited to be here. And I can't wait to go explore town too.
Fantastic. Yeah, I saw some people with a broom trying to shovel some snow, and it was kind of interesting attitude towards snow.
I thought, anyway, getting to see snowmen on people's front lawns as we drove in from the airport was really fun because you know that none of those folks have ever built one and they're not going to get to do it again, probably. So I'm happy for them. Being Canadian.
Yeah, they're gearing up, I hear, for next time. Yeah, gearing up. They're going to get some gear. Like maybe some, not ditch digging shovels. I don't know. So what's happening with CDK this year?
Well,
what's new?
We've got a lot of stuff on the go all the time. Really, our big focus is our modernization. So we've got a brand new look and feel to our software that's really designed to help people use it more effectively. But honestly, the horsepower and the guts underneath are all the same. But just modernizing our look and feel is huge. The second thing is we've always had, at least on some level for the last 5 years, a built-in layer of AI. And we've had lots of conversations about AI where is it automation? Is it true AI? We've got a data set that goes back to the 70s, and we've got something like 8 billion ROs on file. And so our learning data set for our AI is really strong. And for the first time now, we've got an actual interactive AI for fixed ops, for booking appointments. We've got an interactive AI for front-end sales as well, for booking appointments, and that's through chatbots like many of the other ones are, but with a full conversational AI. And now we're getting an AI assistant that when a dealer wants to learn more about their business can do ChatGPT-like queries where it would be, can you tell me what my gross profit was rolling over the last 13 months compared to last year, or against another dealer group, or against dealers like me, or things like that. And so that access to great data is happening now, and we're really excited to show it off.
So interesting. So when you're looking at data, and we know data is a real interesting topic with algorithms for some car dealers, and you look at not only data, but you look at the fixed op side of the house, which we know some car dealers don't think is the sexy side. And we are launching a new fixed op show in February, just so you know, which will be live weekly on Fridays, by the way. What's the, once dealers really get a handle on what they don't know, what's the upside for that dealer who maybe, I don't know, doesn't understand it or can't do it, or maybe they're winging it? Not to say that happens.
The AI piece, and I've said this before, it's not designed to replace the human beings. The human beings are a critical piece of it. You need trained technicians. You need trained service advisors that know how to sell. But what we've done is we've taken all this data and over our 15,000 customers and all of the countless ROs we've done for all OEMs, we can predictively feed service recommendations through our system without any intervention from a human being. Here's an example. So let's say you own a 2017 Ford F-150 with, call it 60,000 miles on it, low mileage vehicle. But when you drive in, there's the A service, B service, C service, and it just goes by mileage and year of your vehicle. Well, we might have seen a large increase in, let's say, differential services that are happening in Florida or Texas or Canada or somewhere else. And if we start to see an increase in a certain failed part or a certain service that's getting added on as a recommended service or an additional service request, well, we're going to start proactively feeding that. So if you've got your technician inspection iPad and you see the 10 things that you'd normally inspect, well, the 11th one is going to be the differential. And it's only because that make and model of vehicle rolled into the driveway. And the second that vehicle rolls out and an escape rolls in, it's going to have a different predictive service. So it's using our AI data in real time to aggregate what other dealers are fixing and things that are failing and feeding that back to dealers so that they can proactively recommend those services. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they don't, but there's a higher propensity to that. And what we're finding is very seasoned technicians that know what to inspect are doing all of the things anyway. But you get a technician who's maybe 2 or 3 years out of school, hasn't had a lot of exposure working on certain vehicles. Well, now we're going to feed them additional service requests that they can check that gives them 20 years of experience in the palm of your hand. So it's really, when you say it's not what you don't know or what you do know about your store, that's great. But what we're trying to do is give an extra insight into what's happening real time and allowing that to turn into an additional sales request.
So what about that dealer who say, I don't know, has CDK and maybe wants this feature, or that dealer who say maybe has another product who wants to migrate to CDK? Like, what does that look like for them?
Well, I mean, it's all really integrated into the system. So you're going to learn a few new processes, especially in the back end when you're doing your tech inspection, so that you don't miss anything. But once you've got the general process down, I think what we find is our dealers who get inspect, they find themselves in a situation where they can't imagine life without it. The intake is pretty easy. Service advisors win because they get paid more, right? And technicians get paid to sell more hours. So there's a little bit of learning, but once they get it, it's really dead simple. And all the AI stuff happens in the background with no intervention. So it's really, really that simple. And they just have to invest in a few iPads as well.
Absolutely. So if you're at ADA, obviously check out the CDK booth. Troy and his team are here, obviously, to answer any technical question all in one place. And if you're with an alternative product, not to mention any names, obviously you can always jump over to CDK and get, state-of-the-art stuff going on. But more importantly, the training and support you need to grow your business. Is there anything you're personally hoping to pick up at the show? Anything you've heard so far? I mean, what's your thought?
Well, I'm always excited to see what other people are doing, of course. Great competition makes us sharper and better. So I love seeing new stuff from everybody. It just, when the whole industry is booming, we're happy. Our customers are dealers. So when we get to see all of our dealers in one place, it is really exciting. I'm hoping to see some people from Canada. I'm hoping they can make the trip down. But if not, I want to learn what other dealers are doing in the US, because with our AI, it all feeds up to us anyway. So I want to learn more about AI, what other people are doing. I want to meet up with a lot more dealers. And I think with our new sort of more spacious booths, we're going to have better conversations too, which makes me happy.
Yeah, great job on the booth, by the way. There's a little bit less black this year, which is nice. Maybe some flowers. I don't know, something a little bit more light and lively.
We have an amazing marketing team, and they do a great job every year. But one of the things that we are always trying to do is give a modern experience and give a great user experience, and that just even goes down to our conversations, right? So it's just one more step in our goal, but we're very excited. We love being here.
Thanks for taking time. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Thank you,
and have a good trip.
Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.